Oh my God. Now, look, folks, in case you didn't already know, the 4 o'clock hour, I'm talking 4 o'clock in the afternoon, is considered the Death Valley of TV time slots, local TV news, especially, because nobody watches, especially this day and age when there's so much. People are still working, people are looking at their phones. They didn't really watch 4 o'clock on terrestrial TV when there was hardly any internet or when we were in the early stages of streaming and other forms of entertainment. Now, I watch more than I should, but I just wanted to see what was it like to witness the 4 o'clock garbage on the crapola, the Mouse Mafia station locally, KGO TV, aka ABC7, that tells you every day, we want to build a better Bay Area. Why don't you build a better newscast? So they have this crap that they foist upon Bay Area viewers, all 12 of them watching, including me, Channel 7 on weekdays at 4 o'clock. But this, I mean, it is bad. And they have their top tier talent taking part in this Drek brigade. Namely, Dan Ashley, shame on you. Larry Beal, you putz, you schmuck, you should know better. Christian Z, you tried to put me out of business. You're lucky you have longevity there, Ming. Otherwise, they'd throw your ass off the set too for taking part in this crap fest. And Spencer Christian and others. They do, folks, these artificial stories. Okay. It's basically fill stories. These are stories designed to just fill a lot of time, say absolutely nothing. It's designed for schmendricks and schmucks and people who have no life. But I at least have a missive. I wanted to watch. I couldn't take 2, couldn't take 5. Some stations simply weren't interesting enough. I will admit this was interesting garbage. So I watched on Thursday. And Dan Ashley in particular, they're doing a story. Mind you, this was almost like about 8 minutes long, which is a long, long story. Get this. Fish that is grown in labs, like salmon. Sounds good so far. That they interview these dweebs, these computer nerds, and they talked about how sustainable and friendly and how ingenuity-wise this fantastic fish, salmon, was grown in their former beer distillery. Ooh, sounds great. Sign me up. I'm sure it's quite reasonable to the price. So they show this fish. It basically looks like sushi and how it's grown and not from the ocean. And I swear to God, I almost like puked. And Ashley, who's like talking about this as if he was like curing cancer or diabetes. Like, what the hell are we watching? And he's not even there doing the interview. It's these, probably a producer or two, talking to these dweebs, like computer nerds who have invented, again, this technological breakthrough, as they call it. Fish, not from the ocean, because it's polluted and all that, so they grow it. And they show the salmon. It's basically lox. And they're putting it on this plate. And where is it grown? In a lab. Ooh, sign me up. I'm sure it's just like any great Fisherman's Wharf. Wait a minute, they don't have restaurants on Fisherman's Wharf. But I'm sure it's just like the old days of the Aliotos and Skomas and all that. Folks, this was so ridiculous. It was pathetic. It was funny when it shouldn't have been funny. And they went on and on and on. No wonder nobody watches TV news at 4 o'clock. And especially news on the robotic, pathetic KGO ABC7 mouse mafia known as Channel 7 News, led by an incompetent nincompoop who's busily trying to get jobs elsewhere so she can screw up their newsroom. We have these latent hangers on like Ashley, like Spencer Christian, Larry Beale. Larry's hanging around Channel 7. So one day when Ashley leaves or is told to leave, he can go on the set and kiss little lelelites to Ming Z, aka Christian Z, who only hangs on because she's got a lifetime job as long as Trixie, the news director known as Tracy Watkowski Silva, still is on the job. But these stories, they're absolutely meaningless. They're not even interesting or entertaining. They're gobbledygobs of nothing. A nothing burger, by the way. But a good burger nonetheless that isn't grown in a lab. The 4 o'clock Death Valley time slot is a perfect, timely metaphor for the crap that is ABC7 San Francisco. Disney. Oh my God. How can you put this shit on? Well, they can. Only nobody's watching.